There's a brutal secret about money that no one teaches you in school. You're not broke because you're unlucky. You're broke because you're playing a game you don't understand. You can grind at a 9-5, stack overtime, hustle on weekends, and still feel like you're sinking. That's not an accident. The modern money system is designed like a kingdom, and you're not the king, you're the soldier fighting someone else's war. Machiavelli would tell you straight, power belongs to those who know the rules and are ruthless enough to use them. The rest get used. While you're worrying about bills, the elite are building systems, using laws, and stacking advantages you don't even know exist. So ask yourself, why do some people with average talent break free, while others with hard work stay trapped? It's not luck. It's not kindness from the universe. It's rules, 10 cold, unforgiving rules of elite wealth. Ignore them, and you'll stay broke forever. Learn them, live them, and money stops being your master and becomes your weapon. Rule 1. Wealth begins in your mind, not in your bank account. Before you ever see big numbers on a screen, you have to rewrite the way you think about money. Stop seeing it as something you barely survive with, and start seeing it as a force you can direct, a weapon you can train to fight for you. Rule 2. Stop asking for permission to get rich. The more you wait for a boss, a politician, or the economy to save you, the more you prove you're a subject, not a ruler, and Machiavelli never wrote manuals for subjects. Rule 3. Sacrifice comfort to gain power. Late nights out, impulse purchases, cheap distractions, these are the chains that keep you obedient, while the elite quietly trade pleasures today for dominance tomorrow. Rule 4. Build leverage, not just labor. You can't grind your way to freedom on raw effort alone. You need systems, assets, and tools that multiply your time, so money flows even when you're not working. Rule 5. Control your narrative. In a world where perception decides who gets trusted, funded, or invited into the room, your reputation is currency. And if you look chaotic, needy, or unreliable, you'll be locked out of the deals that change lives. Rule 6. Accept that the game is rigged and learn the rules. Taxes, laws, loopholes, networks. These aren't conspiracy theories. They're the hidden map the wealthy use while everyone else complains that life isn't fair. Rule 7. Never rely on a single source of income. Depending on one paycheck, one client, or one platform makes you a hostage. And Machiavelli would call that the most dangerous position a ruler can be in. Rule 8. Reject the obsession with looking rich, flashy cars, designer clothes, and flexing for strangers is how the broke signal status, while the truly powerful quietly stack assets and stay invisible. Rule 9. Train ruthless discipline. Real wealth comes from boring consistency, saving, investing, building, day after day, and most people will never taste it because they can't win the war against their own impulses. And Rule 10. Understand that power protects wealth. Money without influence is just a pile of chips waiting to be taken by someone smarter, stronger, or more connected. So if you want elite wealth that actually lasts, you don't just stack cash, you build a fortress of power around it. Now here's the hard truth you're not going to like. Hearing those 10 rules won't change your life at all if they stay as interesting ideas in your head. This is where most people fail. They binge videos, nod along, feel a little surge of motivation, and then wake up tomorrow and live exactly the same way. Same spending, same habits, same excuses, same broke mindset. Machiavelli would call that weakness of will. And weakness has no place in the game of power or the game of money. Knowing the rules is like finally seeing the map of the kingdom, but you can't conquer anything with a map alone. You need strategy, you need action, you need the discipline to live these laws when it's uncomfortable. So let's take this deeper. Let's break these rules down one by one and see how they actually play out in the real world, and how you can start using them to stop being a pawn and start building elite wealth. Rule 1. Wealth starts in your mind, not your wallet. Picture two people making the exact same income. One is always stressed, living paycheck to paycheck. The other quietly builds a cushion, then investments, then freedom. The difference isn't the amount of money, it's the story they tell themselves about it. A broke mindset treats money like water, something that flows in, gets used, and disappears. An elite mindset treats money like a seed or a soldier, something you plant, train, and deploy. If you see money as scarce, you panic spend and chase instant relief. If you see it as a tool, you plan, you invest, you multiply. To apply this, start by changing your language. Stop saying, "I can't afford it," and start asking, "How can I afford it?" One shuts your brain down, the other forces it to look for strategy. Track every dollar for 30 days. A ruler would never run a kingdom blind, so stop running your finances blind. And before spending, ask yourself, is this dollar going to work for me, or is it dying on something pointless? Once you shift your perception, your actions start to follow, and that's where wealth begins. Rule 2. Stop begging for permission. Most people live their entire lives waiting for the boss to notice them, waiting for the economy to improve, waiting for the right time. That's not patience. That's financial slavery dressed up as virtue. Machiavelli would say a ruler who waits for fortune is already defeated. The world doesn't reward the quiet, obedient worker. It rewards those who move first, who create their own openings. In real life, that means using your job as a training ground, not a prison. Learn every skill you can, then leverage those skills outside of that paycheck. If your boss won't raise your income, build a side income, freelancing, consulting, selling, anything that proves you don't belong to one master. Stop waiting to be picked. Pick yourself. Launch the small project that scares you. Reach out to the client you think is out of your league. Permission is a cage. Every day you stay inside it, someone else is claiming what could have been yours. Rule 3. Master the art of sacrifice. This is where most people tap out, because they want change without pain. They want new results with the same old habits. They say they're tired of being broke, then spend like they're rich, take out every night, upgrades they don't need, subscriptions they don't use. The future doesn't care how much you deserve comfort. It only cares what you build. Machiavelli wrote that a ruler must sometimes give up pleasures to secure the throne. For you, that means being brutally honest about what's draining you. Look at your month and circle every recurring indulgence. Mindless shopping, constant entertainment, expensive vices. Cut one of them, then redirect that exact amount into savings or an investment account. Create personal rules, like I wait 48 hours before any purchase over $100, or luxuries only come from my side income, never my main paycheck. Sacrifice is not about living miserably. It's about trading small, forgettable pleasures for future power. If you can't say no to yourself now, the world will keep saying no to you later. Rule 4. Build leverage, not just labor. You'll never work your way to elite wealth if the only thing you're selling is your time. There are only 24 hours in a day, and if you trade each one for a fixed rate, there is a hard ceiling on your income. The wealthy know this, So they obsess over leverage, systems, teams, money, and technology that work even when they're not. Think about it. A construction worker grinding 12 hours a day isn't poorer because they're lazy. They're poorer because they have almost no leverage. Meanwhile, someone with a simple online product, a rental property, or a small team can earn while they sleep. To apply this rule, list out your strongest skills and ask, how can this be scaled? Can you turn what you know into a course, a service with a team, a product, or content that reaches thousands? Start using tools, automation, AI, software that let 1 hour of your effort create value again and again. The goal is to build at least one asset that keeps working when you stop. Labor keeps you alive. Leverage sets you free. Rule 5. Control your narrative. In Machiavelli's world, it didn't matter only who you were, it mattered what people believed you were. The same goes for money today. Two people can have the same skills, but the one who looks disciplined, reliable, and sharp gets the opportunities. If you're always late, always complaining, always in chaos, people may feel bad for you, but they won't trust you with anything that matters. Your reputation is like an invisible balance sheet that either opens doors or slams them shut. To apply this, start with your basics. Be on time, follow through on your promises, and stop broadcasting desperation. Clean up your online presence so it reflects who you want to be, not your worst moments. Present yourself as someone who already respects their own time and money. When you speak, speak with calm confidence, not neediness. You're not just working on yourself. You're building a personal brand that tells the world, I'm someone you can bet on. Wealth doesn't just follow numbers, it follows trust. Rule 6. Understand the game is rigged and learn how it works. The system is not fair, and it never has been. Wages are taxed one way, investments another. People with knowledge and networks legally keep more, while people who never study the rules lose more. Complaining about this might feel good, but it doesn't change anything. Machiavelli would say, the strong bend the situation to their favor, while the weak cry for justice. So, stop crying and start studying. Learn how taxes work in your country, even at a basic level. Understand why business owners and investors often keep more of what they earn than employees. Start paying attention to laws, policies, and opportunities that benefit those who prepare. Build a network of people who know more than you, accountants, business owners, investors, and ask smart questions. The rich aren't playing a different game by accident. They read the rule book that everyone else ignores. You don't have to love the game, but if you don't learn it, you'll always be the piece, never the player. Rule 7. Never depend on a single source of income. If every dollar you have comes from one place, a job, a client, a platform, you are one decision away from disaster. One layoff, one policy change, one bad month, and everything collapses. That's not stability, that's fragility. The elite treat income like a ruler treats allies. You never rely on just one. They build multiple streams, investments, side businesses, royalties, digital products, rentals, so that if one dries up, the others keep flowing. To apply this, don't try to build 5 streams overnight. Start with one additional stream next to your main income. Maybe it's freelance work, a small online offer, content that can be monetized later, or simple, consistent investing. As that grows, reinvest the extra into other assets instead of spending it. The goal is to reach a point where losing one income source is an inconvenience, not a catastrophe. Depending on one master is dangerous in politics and fatal in money. Rule 8. Avoid the trap of endless consumption. Our entire culture is designed to turn you into a perfect consumer. Ads, trends, social media flexing, all pushing you to prove your worth by what you can show, not what you actually own. People go broke trying to look rich, financing cars they can't afford, wearing brands they don't understand, traveling for photos instead of freedom. Machiavelli would laugh at rulers who emptied their treasury to impress the crowd, because he knew how quickly that kind of power evaporates. Real wealth is often quiet. Fake wealth is loud. To apply this rule, set clear financial goals so your money has a destination beyond feeling good today. Create a personal luxury threshold, for example. No status purchases until your investments earn you a certain amount per month. Before buying, ask, does this make me stronger in a year? If not, understand it's pure consumption and treat it like a controlled indulgence, not a habit. If you spend like the people you see on your feed, you'll end up with their results. Impressive photos, empty accounts. Rule 9. Learn ruthless discipline. Elite wealth is built on boring, repetitive actions, not dramatic, movie-style moments. Saving regularly, investing month after month, working on your craft daily, that's the unsexy grind that compounds into something powerful. Most people won't do it because they're addicted to dopamine hits, quick wins, fast money schemes, the next big thing. They jump from idea to idea, get burned, give up, and start over. The wealthy lock in and stay the course. To apply this, create routines that make good behavior automatic. Set up automatic transfers into savings or investment accounts so you don't rely on willpower. Choose a simple strategy for earning more or investing and stick to it long enough to see real results instead of abandoning it after a month. Track your progress so you can see your growth. Machiavelli's ruler would count soldiers, you count dollars and habits. Cut out distractions that constantly pull you into shortcuts and hype. Discipline is the edge most people will never develop, and that's why most people will never be truly free. Rule 10. Power protects wealth. Money without power, knowledge, or protection is fragile. That's why so many lottery winners and sudden success stories end up broke again. They got the money, but never became the kind of person who can defend it. Stronger forces, governments, predators, manipulators, even their own bad decisions, strip it away. The elite don't just build wealth, they build shields around it. They understand law, use structures like companies and contracts, surround themselves with sharp people, and keep learning so they're not easy to exploit. To apply this, start by thinking like a protector, not just an earner. Get basic legal and financial advice before making big moves. If you start a business, don't mix everything with your personal life. Form proper structures. Build relationships with people who are smarter and more experienced in money than you. Keep educating yourself so fewer people can take advantage of your ignorance. Machiavelli would tell you, an unprotected kingdom will eventually be invaded. If you don't build power around your wealth, someone else will bend it to their will. Here's what most people don't see coming. The moment you start living these rules, the battle stops being just you versus your old habits, and becomes you versus everyone who's comfortable with the old you. The world does not want you to get rich. Your friends, your co-workers, sometimes even your family, would rather see you stay at their level than watch you rise above it. When you turn down nights out to save and build, they'll say you're doing too much. When you launch something of your own, they'll call it risky, unrealistic, or cringe. When you stop spending to impress them, they'll feel exposed, like your discipline is an attack on their excuses. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. Any shift in power creates resistance, so don't be surprised when people push back, mock you, or try to pull you back into the old patterns. That's not a sign you're failing. It's proof you've started to escape. And that's why the next step is critical. You need new rules for dealing with people once you stop being broke and start moving toward elite wealth. Social Rule 1. Guard your reputation like it's your fortune, because once you start climbing, people won't just watch what you do with money, they'll watch who you are. In Machiavelli's time, a prince who was seen as weak, unstable, or dishonest didn't stay in power long, no matter how strong his army was. Today, your reputation is the silent filter that decides whether people bring you deals, trust you with partnerships, or quietly cross your name off their list. Break promises, flake on commitments, lie to save face, and you might think you got away with it, but the damage is done in rooms you'll never see. Guard your name like an asset. Show up when you say you will, finish what you start, and refuse to be sloppy with your word. Social Rule 2. Think generational, not daily. The broke mind asks, what can I enjoy right now? The wealthy mind asks, what can I build that outlives me? Machiavelli advised rulers to think like dynasties, not individuals, because power that dies with you was never really power. For you, that means building assets, skills, businesses, investments, intellectual property that keep paying you long after the initial work is done. When you make decisions, ask, will this still matter in 5 or 10 years? If the answer is no, it's probably just another distraction dressed up as fun. Social Rule 3. Learn to move in silence. The moment you start changing, people will test you, some out of curiosity, others out of insecurity. If you broadcast every plan, every win, every dollar you make, you invite envy, sabotage, and competition you're not ready for yet. Machiavelli wrote that the wise prince hides his intentions until the time is right. Apply that to your money moves. Build quietly, share less, and let your results appear suddenly. The loudest ones online are often the weakest in real life. The ones who quietly grind for years are the ones who end up owning everything. Social Rule 4. Control yourself before you try to control money. This is the core of everything. You can know every strategy, follow every rule, make great income, and still stay broke if your impulses are in charge. Machiavelli knew that a ruler who can't master his emotions, his desires, and his appetites will eventually destroy his own kingdom. The same is true for you. If you can't say no to reckless spending, pointless flexing, emotional decisions, and constant comfort, money will flow through your life and never stay. Self-control doesn't mean never enjoying anything. It means enjoying at the right time, from a place of strength, not weakness. The broke celebrate first and pay later. The wealthy build first and enjoy for as long as they live. When you master yourself, you become the kind of person money can trust to stay. So let's pull it all together. If you ignore these rules, you won't stay broke because the world is unfair. You'll stay broke because you chose comfort over clarity, excuses over strategy, and feelings over power. Machiavelli never wrote for the masses. He wrote for the few who dare to see reality as it is and use it. The laws are simple but sharp. Accept that perception and reputation matter, that no boss or government is coming to save you, that dependence on one income is a cage, that discipline and sacrifice beat talent and luck, that assets matter more than appearances, that the game is rigged and you must learn the rules, that your network, your structures, and your self-control are your real security. Ignore them, and your money will always be temporary, slipping through your fingers no matter how hard you work. Live them, and you stop being a pawn in someone else's system and start becoming the architect of your own. Machiavelli already handed you the map. The only question left is whether you'll use it, because if you don't, you'll stay broke.